They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carvings.
And don't forget the special dishes from the island.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Thursday, the 29th of March. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. More details have emerged about the plan to transform the Grand Atlantic housing complex in Warwick into a luxury hotel. The scheme will cost around $23 million, and the new resort will open in 2 years' time. Public Works Minister Lieutenant Colonel David Birch said the plan will enable the Bermuda Housing Corporation, which owns the property, to step up its efforts to provide affordable housing.
Soon after we were elected, I met with the principals of the hotel, and we have negotiated a better deal, we feel, for the Bermuda Housing Corporation. You'll be aware that there's been significant criticism of the amount of money spent on Grand Atlantic and the inherent debt that has handicapped the corporation from being able to carry out its primary mandate. And so this provides us with a golden opportunity to not only clear the debt, but to assist in providing a new midterm tourism product for Bermuda, as well as providing an opportunity for the Bermuda Housing Corporation to get back to its mandate of providing housing for Bermudians. Now, I know that there may be some criticism of the fact that, you know, we are taking away these units, but they have been occupied in any case. And what I would say to the people of Bermuda is that we have not lost our way in terms of providing housing, that there are other options coming, there are other options on the table at the moment. People should not wait until there is an opportunity to participate in a Bermuda housing process or project. They should reach out now, because there are opportunities that are on the table, and there are going to be more coming down the pike in a very short space of time.
But will there be enough demand for another luxury hotel on the island in 2 years' time? The Ritz-Carlton project at Morgan's Point has already hit a snag, while there are plenty of other resort projects already going full steam ahead. There's a St. Regis in St. George's and the recently opened Lorraine in Smiths. Meanwhile, Airbnb is also making waves in the accommodation sector. Tony Waterman crunched the numbers.
For a 21-square-mile island, the number of hotel projects under construction is impressive. If all goes according to plan, some 1,600 additional hotel rooms will come online by 2025.
Do you think there is enough demand to fill those rooms?
If they're coming in at the higher end and we're going after that market, the numbers that we need to fill them are still relatively small in terms of the total market. But as you're aware, the competition now is so much greater. So whilst we're getting that stock, and it's new stock, I think the real challenge is going to be filling up those rooms.
It's a challenge the current hotels are already facing. Last year, the hotel occupancy rate was 63%, with a strong bump in the lead up to the America's Cup. But before that, the rate was well below 60%. Meaning that on average, close to half the island's hotel rooms were vacant.
You get about 112 visitor arrivals per hotel room that's existing now. So at a ratio of 112, you'd need to increase arrivals by about 67,500, or about 25% over what they are now by the time all those new projects are open, to which add up to about another 600 rooms in the next 3 years.
I mean, is that feasible?
That's, you know, almost 8%, or a little more than 8% per year that it would have to grow by. So, you know, that's a pretty strong request.
After years of stagnation, Bermuda's air arrivals seem to have turned a corner, growing in the strong double digits for the past 2 years. But not all of those visitors are opting for a traditional hotel stay. There are now more than 500 active listings on Airbnb.
I don't think it complicates the hotel picture as much as it could, because I think when you look at the Bermuda hotels, the higher end hotels, those individuals are not likely to stay at those hotels. The Ritz-Carlton, for instance, are not going to attract the Airbnb crowd.
And that could be part of the attraction. Big name brands like the Ritz and St. Regis have a following of their own.
As these smaller destinations, when they open up a Ritz-Carlton and they open up a Four Seasons or that kind of thing, you tend to see these jumps in arrivals because there are markets of tourists that actually travel to those resorts as a destination. They're attracted to the brand.
This could help mitigate the challenge of having to increase air arrivals, although it's unclear what it could mean for all the other hotels that don't have the newness chip to play. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, the police say they are consulting with the Director of Public Prosecutions to determine if the former Attorney General Trevor Monez committed any criminal offense. The announcement came after a statement in the House of Assembly today stating that Mr. Monez, while in government, committed offenses under the Proceeds of Crime Act. This follows a call last month by Premier David Byrd for Mr. Monez to be investigated, saying his handling of a lawsuit against the Leahy Clinic was an abuse of power. Mr. Byrd also said the former AG broke the law when he obtained information from government departments without a court order. Mr. Monez has denied the allegations, saying he did nothing wrong. We'll have more for you after this short break, including news of an urgent recall notice for some Honda cars. Stay with us.
You can count on us.
Purdue Fresh Value Pack chicken thighs with drumsticks, only $1.99 per pound. Golden Ripe pineapples, just $5.99 each, saving you $2. For your hot cross buns, Champion Seedless raisins, only $3.39 for a 12-ounce box. Kraft shredded cheese, $3.89 for an 8-ounce package. For your Easter mac and cheese, Catelli macaroni, only $1.79 for a 500-gram box. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
All my life is changing every day, in every possible way. And then I open up and see the person falling here is me. 'Cause you're a dream to me.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. That's what dreams are made of.
Welcome back. Well, one of the island's largest car dealers is urging owners of some Honda models to check their vehicles to see if they fall under an urgent global recall. The manufacturer is worried that a fault in some airbags could seriously hurt drivers or even kill them. Therese Trott is on that story.
They are meant to save the lives of drivers and passengers who end up in car crashes. But some airbags are doing the opposite. They suddenly explode as they inflate and fire out metallic debris, causing serious injury and even death. At the center of the recall was the Japanese company Takata, described as one of the world's largest maker of auto parts. Businessman Glenn Smith is the managing director of Auto Solutions, which sells Honda vehicles in Bermuda.
The three vehicles that were either purchased through former owner HWP or ourselves is the Honda Fit, the Honda CRV, and the Honda FRV. And the range in age is from 2001 model to 2016.
This doesn't mean every model within this 2001 to 2016 range is affected, just those models with specific identification or VIN numbers.
Where the clients can call here, give their chassis number, and then we can look it up, or they can go on the web and they can check themselves if their vehicle falls in that recall.
In America, it's being described as the biggest auto recall in history. This is an image of a young Texas woman who was seriously injured when the inflator in her Honda Civic front airbag exploded in a relatively minor collision. Luckily, she survived and was awarded a 7-figure financial settlement from Honda.
Our number one concern is the safety. Always has been, always will be.
The recall worldwide began in 2015 with no incidents recorded locally thus far, and it's believed around 1,200 cars are affected here.
Well, there's been no panic, but we were helped by Honda tremendously. They've actually given us a dedicated person who looks after all our Honda recalls. Okay, so this is a Honda Fit, and the airbag is actually in the center of the steering wheel. So what we need to do is take 2 screws out either side of behind the steering wheel and remove the center cap of the steering wheel. Okay, go. Okay.
Already removed the 2 bolts.
So we're just going to lift this out. Okay.
Disconnect the connectors.
We just take the connectors off. So now we have the airbag, and the airbag is actually in here, and this is the inflator part that we're actually going to change. So we just need to take these 3 screws out, which takes the bracket off which holds the steering center in place.
That was Tarai Todd reporting. Auto Solutions stresses there will be no charge to repair your airbag, and the easiest way to determine if your vehicle is affected is to log on to hondacars.bm/recalls or dial 295-5000. Cedar Bridge Academy has held its annual vocational careers fair with more than 100 students turning up to get advice on careers from a wide range of companies and government departments. Beauty salons, carpentry firms, the police service, and grocery stores were among the employers with stalls at the event. Hal Davis reports.
There was a steady flow of students to the employers' displays throughout the 4 hours of the fair. Among the favourites, the customs stand, with a chance to search for contraband hidden in luggage. Also drawing an eager audience, a leading motorcycle distributor. The man having to answer the questions said he was impressed by the students he came across. But by what in particular?
Their knowledge. I didn't have to tell them too much. They already knew. They knew everything. They know about careers too, but I mean, basically, most of them that's come to the table have been seasoned, and they know it's Bermuda, so I think they have a little case of tinkeritis, and they've got it good.
Other potential employers seem to agree.
Some of them asked some very, very good questions, you know. I'm very, very impressed by one gentleman. He actually brought me his resume, and I was really impressed by it. I'm like, okay, well, look like you're ready for the world, you know. So when you get kids like that, then you know that they're ready to go.
Outside, there was also the chance to see how the fire service operates, with their show of breaking into a car drawing a crowd. But the real business of getting advice seemed to go on inside the school gymnasium.
It gives me a touch of the outside world of what other people are doing, what other jobs are that I wasn't aware of. And so now it's just a bigger view on businesses.
It's impossible to say how important a specific job fair will be in helping students towards a job or a career. Some of them already know what they want to do, but for those who don't, this is an important step in deciding where their future lies. That's certainly how the students themselves seem to see it.
It's a good opportunity to, just explore all the different jobs, opportunities you could take when you get older. And I also was very interested in the real estate. For when I get older, I'm probably going to be interested in houses and stuff. But it's a good opportunity for people who don't know what they want to be when they get older. All of these jobs that you have, so you can see what subjects you're strong in and what subjects you need for that certain job, and stuff like that.
So a real chance for the Cedar Bridge students to get a taste of work and an opportunity to find out what career might suit them as they prepare to wave goodbye to school and hello to the wider world.
Jane just got diagnosed with dementia. Her doctor recommended home care service. Jane chose Bermuda in-home care, a full home care service with certified dementia care specialists available 24/7. Jane and her family was extremely happy when the caregiver showed up on time. The caregiver prepared her meals, reminded her to take medication, helped her with personal hygiene care, and solved puzzles with her. The family chooses Lighthouse Medical Supplies to set up all her durable medical equipments. Call Bermuda In-Home Care, 705-4424. Your one-stop shop for all your home care services and medical supplies. Taking the hassle out of healthcare, call now, 705-4424.
I'm Michaela and this is Taking Off. As the months pass, the site of the new airport terminal literally comes to life. Did you know that it's almost a quarter way completed? Let's look at some of the fun facts about the airport redevelopment project. So far, 3,760 cubic meters of concrete has been poured. 127,000 tons of gravel was imported for the site, and 150,000 tons of locally processed material has been used. 637 tons of steel has been erected, and 265,000 feet or 50 miles of sub-main cable has been installed. And the size of the terminal will be 24,490 square meters, equal to 4 football pitches. This historic project is also creating plenty of jobs on and off the site. So far, Aecon and Skyport have engaged with more than 220 Bermudian companies, while 11 of the key construction contractors and some 70% of workers on site are Bermudian. See you next time.
Welcome back. Well, what does it take to be an entrepreneur and a leader? A difficult question, but some answers were found at a recent entrepreneurial leadership summit at the Hamilton Princess. 12 business experts from Bermuda and abroad shared their insights about how to reach the top. Our reporter Jasmine Patterson went along to hear what they had to say.
The leaders of tomorrow are taking note.
I just wanted to get a more insight on what it's like to actually be an entrepreneur and also get some tips just going into the work world, of course, because I haven't entered as of yet, and it's some amazing speakers here today. And I really just wanted to be motivated and get some tips on going into the work world.
Here at Hamilton Princess, experts are sharing ideas featuring a keynote address by a visiting professor of transformational leadership at Cass Business School in London, who's been an advisor to top global companies.
It's not just about entrepreneurs, it's about organizations full stop. People overcomplicate what organizations have to do. It's simple. Two things. Get the best from your people, focus it onto what delivers success. But the reason this summit is important is because if you add that leadership bit to entrepreneurial thinking, you have a combination that's unbeatable. And particularly within the context of Bermuda trying to improve its economy, if Bermuda can combine effective leadership in its organizations and entrepreneurial thinking, it has an opportunity to be extremely successful and beat its competitors.
The event also features investor, TEDx presenter, founder and CEO of Bermuda-bred data protection company Trunomi, Stuart Lacey. From small beginnings in Bermuda, the company now has offices in London and San Francisco.
We're probably at one of the most exciting times I've seen in my 20 years here. I think there are key ingredients necessary to launch and grow companies here. Access to capital being a really big one. Access to advisory services, the kind of people that could be board members or advisors to you. And the third, I think, is a kind of an environment that supports and nurtures innovation. And there's a lot of work being done by the current government, who I applaud, to try and start efforts around innovation centres. There's small business lending programs to try and do it. And hopefully events like this will also curate within people best practices to help them have the highest chance of success.
Some policies are already in the works to boost job creation and economic growth, according to Premier and Minister of Finance David Burt.
Making sure that we put a focus on entrepreneurs and entrepreneur activity. So we've given $1 million extra, which is a 66% increase in funding to the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. You know that we're going to be funding startup companies and innovation, a lab at the BEDC, and we're trying to push entrepreneurs as much as possible.
Bermuda's business landscape could soon transform in the not-too-distant future, with government's proposed reversal of the 60-40 ownership rule, which would allow Bermudians more access to capital. But for now, it's the island's youth who are looking to develop their leadership skills to carry into their business plans. And it appears the future is hopeful.
We have an amazing support system here in Bermuda. Our government is doing an amazing job to help us and make us feel very home here once we go off to school and come back. So I feel very strong in having a positive future here in Bermuda, like a job security.
Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Weather now, and everyone's hoping for sunny weather this holiday weekend. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters for the answers.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and we're almost to the weekend. And at this point, the weekend is looking pretty nice here. Looking at our radar, last couple of hours, storm system continues to pull away, so conditions out on the water have improved. It's not quite as windy. We just have a small chance of seeing a little shower activity this weekend, but overall, fairly tranquil day on this Thursday, so hopefully you enjoyed it. High pressure is situated right over us. It has been producing a couple of patchy clouds, but other than that, it's been a pretty nice day. Temperatures right now across the island sitting in the upper 60s, humidity currently at 72%, and the winds have really dropped off here. Still getting the wind out of the northwest, but we're down to 6 to 10 knots. The water currently 65 degrees. Waves inside the reef 1 foot or less, and waves outside of the reef a lot better than the last couple of days. Right now between 3 and 5 feet, but that's also going to be decreasing as we head into the overnight hours and also into our Friday as well. So for tonight, we'll call it partly cloudy, 64 degrees for our low temperature. This is where we were yesterday during the daytime hours. So temperatures have improved. We don't have any issues out on the water, so no small craft advisories, no small craft warnings. So we're in good shape there. High tide 1 coming at 8:01 tonight, and then high tide 1 tomorrow morning, happening just before 8:30 a.m. So looking ahead at your forecast for tomorrow, a nice day to wrap up the week, especially if you have a long weekend with Easter Sunday. Quickly approaching here, 69 degrees, near normal temperatures, sunshine and clouds, a high of 64 degrees. And as we look at our futurecast, what we can expect here, again, this is the storm that brought us the nasty gusty winds and also the rough waters out there, especially outside of the reef. We have high pressure that continues to situate right over us and stay right over us here. The only chance that we really have any probability of having some precipitation will be with a cold front that will be making its way off the east coast as we head into Saturday here. Saturday night into Sunday, so Easter Sunday, we will have some increase in clouds. We don't expect a dramatic push of cold air, but this could generate a couple of spotty showers early on Sunday. So just keep that in mind if you have anything to do outdoors. If you're traveling, Toronto, mid-40s tomorrow. New York City, rain and unseasonably warm temperatures, right around 60 in New York and Boston. Atlanta, 68 degrees with clouds and sunshine. Meantime, we have some warmer temperatures into Jamaica, 86 degrees right now. Barbados and Trinidad, also nice and warm in the upper 80s. So here's your extended forecast next couple of days, Saturday into Sunday. Again, that's where we could see a spotty shower with that cold front, but you'll notice no push of cold air, near normal temperatures during the daytime hours and also at night. So looking pretty nice into Tuesday.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Red potatoes just $4.49 for a 5-pound bag. Don't forget your codfish for your fish cakes, only $5.99 for a 16-ounce package. Great for Easter Sunday, stovetop stuffing, just $2.89 for a 6-ounce box. Great price, Carnation evaporated milk, only 99 cents for a 410-gram tin. Robin Hood flour for your Easter baking, just $3.45 for a 5-pound or 2.5-kilogram bag. Have a safe Good Friday and Happy Easter from the Marketplace.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.pm or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
Welcome back. Sports now, and in football, the league title could be wrapped up this weekend. Earl Baisden has that story and so much more in tonight's Sports Report.
The league titles in both the Bermuda Football Association's Premier and First Divisions will be decided this coming Sunday. The PHC Zebras, who are the current league leaders by 3 points, they can wrap up the league title right here at the Police Field if they defeat the Young Men's Social Club. But over at the BAA Field, Robin Hood, who are the defending league champions, can take the title if the PHC Zebras lose to Social Club and they defeat the Boulevard Blazers by a wide margin. In the First Division, the scenario is a little different. BAA can claim the title right here at the BAA Field if they defeat the Southampton Rangers, who have yet to taste defeat this season. But if the Southampton Rangers win and the Paget Lions win over Ireland Rangers at the Southampton Oval, they will be promoted and win the league. Only time will tell, but come Monday, we'll have all the answers to the questions from this weekend. Paul Goodison of the UK, Francesco Bruni of Italy, and Rome Kirby from the USA hold first, second, and third at the Bacardi Moth World Championships going on in the Great Sound. Ben Smith is now the leader of the Bermuda fleet in 30th place with 151 net points, while national champion Joshua Greenslade is the second Bermuda fleet sailor with 166 net points. That leaves him in 33rd place. James Doughty is in 38th place with 202 net points, with Christian Luthi one spot back with 208 net points. Nathan Bailey rounds out the Bermuda sailors and is in 40th place with 209 net points. R.A. Rollins and his MCC teammates beat Essex by 195 runs at the conclusion of Day 2 in their MCC Champion County match going on in Barbados. MCC resumed their inning on 73 for 2. They went on to score 408 for 8 declared. Sam Hahn was their top scorer with 140 not out, while Dom Bess added 107. Rollins scored 28 before being stumped. Rollins hit 5 fours after facing 44 deliveries in 41 minutes. Dan Lawrence was the pick of the Essex bowlers with figures of 19 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 63. At the close of play, Essex reached 26 for 1 with the first inning top scorer Nick Brown back in the pavilion with 2 runs. Matthew Oliveira represented the Hot Tubes junior cycling team at the 2018 San Dimas Stage Cycle Racing. Stage 1 was an individual time trial on a 4.25-mile course that wound its way up the Glendore Mountain Road. Oliveira finished with the 17th fastest time of 17:25. Stage 2 was a road race that saw Oliveira finish 19th, clocking a time of 1 hour and 48 minutes. Oliveira would then finish second in Stage 3 of the Criterium around the streets of the Old Town San Dimas. He stopped the clock on a time of 44:54. 8 goals were scored last evening as the Bermuda Bowl Hockey League season resumed at the PCC Hockey Rink. In the opener, the Calgary Flames defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-1. The Flames got single goals from J.M. Tremblay, Richard Campbell, and Jeffrey Looper, while Jordan Gunter scored the lone goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the other match, the Ottawa Senators defeated the Vancouver Canucks 3-1. Yet another Bermuda Basketball Winter League sponsored by one doubleheader took place last evening. In Game 1, it saw the Hamilton City Twisters defeat the Pembroke Skyforce 55-39. The Hamilton City Twisters were led by Stevie Brown Darrell, who scored 18 points. He had 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 block shots, while the Pembroke Skyforce got 13 points from Jarrell Smith, who also had 1 rebound, 4 assists, 6 steals, and 1 block shot. In Game 2, the Devonshire Chargers defeated the Wart Rimrockers 58-47. Campbell Walker and his William & Mary's men's golf teammates rounded out the 2018 Kingsmill Intercollegiate Golf Tournament with its best round, shooting a combined 26 over par 306 in the final round of the event. William & Mary finished 21st with a 3-round score of 921 that was 81 over par. Campbell shot a final round 5 over par 75 to finish tied 66 at 18 over par 228. Number 4 ranked St. Leo defeated James Finnegan and his Florida Tech men's tennis teammates 8-1 on senior day. Playing in the number 2 doubles position, Ricardo Corona and Finnegan gave it the roll but dropped their match 8-3. Finnegan, playing in the number 2 singles spot, also went down but in a 3-set battle. Finnegan won the first set 6-2, but he would drop the second set 6-2. Finnegan would then fall in the third and final set 6-1. Bedwars Rugby Football Club presented 6 players, including Bermuda international Brindley Toms, commemorative plates to mark their 100-plus appearances at the club. Toms has played 110 games for the club. A Baltimore prospect squad featuring Adam Hall held the Canadian junior national team to just 3 hits and scored 2 runs in each of the 4th and 5th innings as they came away with a 5-1 win. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
With kites ready to fly, fish cakes set to fry, hot cross buns laid out for the oven, Bermuda Broadcasting would like to wish you a happy Easter. And since the break coincides with the end of the month, today Gary Foster Skelton joined the many islanders participating in that most Bermudian of pre-holiday traditions, a 90-minute wait at TCD. Good night, Bermuda.
I better go get comfortable.
Tradition.